Yeah, 2026 is a really important year. We're approaching the inflection point in wind propulsion. So a couple of days ago, we announced that over 100 vessels operating in the fleet are using wind propulsion. It's about 5.5 million deadweight tons of shipping with 230 rigs on board. So as we reach that kind of number, we can start releasing more data into the market and start to anonymize and aggregate that data. So it's a really important inflection point. So I think the three most important issues around installing wind propulsion for ship owners, the first one to consider is what type of system is going to be best for your ship and your operational profile. Then, of course, after the technical assessment, it's going to be around the return on investment and remembering that wind propulsion is the only propulsion system that will actually return your investment to you. And the third one really is around the operational profile, as I mentioned, but the speed that you are likely to be doing and the fuel savings that you want to lock in. Yeah, the broader decarbonisation pathway, we've seen a lot of discussion around the alternative fuels that are required. But actually, the low-hanging fruit are around the things that we can do today. So voyage optimization, energy efficiency measures, and wind propulsion. Combined, we could be looking at 40, 50, 60, even up to 80% reduction in the amount of fuel that you would actually be required to burn. That's a win, what we like to call a win-win-win situation, where you can really lock in those benefits, energy security, range extension, all with technologies that are available today. Yeah, when I talk with stakeholders in the industry, there are some misconceptions. One of them is that when you put a system on a ship, it's locked onto that ship for the rest of the ship's life. But actually, these systems are quite modular. You can move them onto different ships on different routes. When the ship's lifespan is ended, you can be reusing these systems. There's also a concern around the operations. You're going to need new staff. You're going to need seafarers training. Most of these systems are highly automated. You can put them into a ship operated pretty much the way you've always operated it. But the other side is there's a misconception when they see the numbers. 8, 10, 12, 14% of fuel saving. That is only on a ship that you make no other change. So if you weather route that ship for wind, you could effectively add 50%, double that amount of power that you're delivering to the ship. So there's a few still misconceptions out there. Maybe I have to do my job better. Really, my key message to the industry is invest in what gives you savings, helps your bottom line today. So of course, zero emissions is fantastic. Low emissions, low carbon emissions, wonderful. But at the end of the day, it's the bottom line. If you're not in business next week or next year, then your emissions, it doesn't matter anymore. Wind propulsion doesn't just deliver zero emissions energy for you, but it comes at zero cost. So you can amortize or get your return on investment on the capex, and then you have free energy for the rest of the life of the ship. So what I would say to the industry is, make the investment decision now, lock in those savings, get the energy security, and then we're in a much better situation.